Today Matters Part 3. Your priorities give focus to your life. Imagine a person who becomes extremely busy the moment he wakes up in the morning. The phone rings, messages come in, emails open, small household tasks come to mind, office deadlines stand over his head, and he keeps running the whole day. By evening he sits down exhausted, but when he asks himself, what truly important thing did I do today, he gets no answer. The fear begins here, because many people work very hard, but not in the right direction. They remain drowned in work all day, yet life does not move forward. And curiosity is born here. If everyone has the same 24 hours, how do some people extract extraordinary results from an ordinary day, while some people stay busy and still end up empty-handed? In the second part, we understood that in John C. Maxwell's book, Today Matters, 12 Daily Practices to Guarantee Tomorrow's Success, attitude is given a very big role. Attitude is your lens through which you look at problems. If the attitude is negative, even an opportunity feels like a burden. If the attitude is positive and responsible, the same problem becomes a lesson. Maxwell's broader idea is that tomorrow is not created by magic, but by today's decisions and disciplines. His book talks about the daily dozen, meaning 12 daily practices, including areas like attitude and priorities, which set the direction of success every day. But attitude opens possibilities, and priorities give those possibilities the right direction. Even if you have a positive attitude, if your priorities are not clear, your energy will be spent in the wrong place. It is like having a powerful engine, but the steering is not in the right direction. The vehicle will run fast, it will make noise, fuel will burn, but it will not reach the destination. In life too, many people move like this. They have energy, dreams and talent, but they do not have focus. And without focus, even talent slowly turns into tiredness. According to John C. Maxwell, the next important component of a good day is priorities. Priorities do not just mean making a to-do list. Priorities mean deciding what is truly most important in your life, and then using your time, attention, and energy accordingly. Because the truth is that you cannot do everything. You cannot be present everywhere. You cannot give equal importance to every task. And if you consider everything important, then slowly nothing will remain important. We all have 24 hours in a day. This sounds simple, but the entire calculation of life is hidden in it. No one has 26 hours and no one has 18 hours. The difference is not in the quantity of time, but in the quality of time. One person does something in 1 hour that changes his future, and another person loses the same 1 hour in random scrolling, unnecessary gossip, or purposeless running around. Both spent 1 hour, but the return was different. Time should be taken more seriously than money, because lost money can be earned again. But the time that has gone never comes back. We often think before spending 100 rupees, but we waste 100 minutes just like that. We compare for discounts, but without thinking, we give the most energetic hours of our day to social media, small distractions and low-value tasks. This is the biggest loss, because time does not just leave the clock, it leaves your life. Setting priorities means you do not leave your day at the mercy of random people, random notifications, and random moods. You decide which work is necessary for my future today. Which work is just noise? Which work can I do later? Which work can be given to someone else? And which work will have to be stopped completely? This decision feels tough in the beginning because every task looks urgent. But urgent and important are not always the same. Many people get trapped here. The thing that makes the loudest noise, they mistake it for priority. The phone notification comes loudly, so it feels important. Someone's complaint comes loudly, so it feels important. Some small emergency suddenly appears, so the whole day goes into that. But the thing that is truly important is often silent. Your health remains silent until it becomes very bad. Your learning remains silent until your career gets stuck. Your family remains silent until distance increases. Your financial planning remains silent until a crisis comes. That is why it is important to evaluate priorities daily. Your life is not static. What is important today may not remain equally important after 6 months. For a student, revision is a priority during exams. For an employee, sometimes skill upgrade is a priority and sometimes project delivery. For an entrepreneur, sometimes customer acquisition is a priority and sometimes cash flow. For a family person, sometimes earning is a priority, and sometimes giving attention to health and relationships becomes a priority. If you do not regularly check your priorities, it is possible that you are still stuck in the same work that is no longer creating that much value in your life. A practical way to manage priorities can be understood through the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule. This principle says that in many situations, around 80% of outcomes come from 20% of causes or inputs. This should be understood as a broad observation, not as a fixed law, because the exact ratio is not the same in every situation. But this principle teaches us one powerful thing: every work does not give equal results. Some tasks create a lot of impact, and some tasks only consume time. If you are a student, there may be some topics that carry more weight in the exam or can strengthen your weak understanding. If you are an employee, there may be some tasks that affect your reputation and results the most. If you are an entrepreneur, there may be some customers, products, or activities that bring the majority of business growth. The message of the Pareto principle is this: first identify what your high-impact 20% is, then give your best hours to that. But there is also a danger here. The 80-20 rule should not be applied blindly. It does not mean that the remaining things are useless. Many times, things that look small are also important in the long term. For example, small conversations in relationships, daily walks in health, and small savings in finance. So the right use of this principle is that you first put your day's energy into the work that will create the highest impact. Then plan, delegate, or limit the remaining work. To plan your time effectively, you need a system. Just thinking in your mind that you will be productive today is not enough. The mind gets distracted very quickly. So before the day begins, or before sleeping at night, it should be clear what tomorrow's top important tasks are. Which work should be done in the morning when energy is highest? Which work should be done in the afternoon? Which work is routine? And which work is unnecessary? Planning gives you freedom because it gives direction to your day. But making a plan is only half the work. The real challenge is following the plan. Many people fill notebooks, install apps, make calendars, but fall in execution. That is why the most practical way is to start the day with the most important work. When your mind is fresh, do high-value work. If you postpone the most important work until evening, fatigue, interruptions, and excuses will already have increased by then. If the best time of the day goes into low-value work, then the high-value work will be done with leftover energy, and the result will also be like that. Delegation is also an important part of priorities. Many people think that doing everything themselves is dedication. But many times, doing everything yourself is a lack of clarity. You are not superhuman. If you do every small and big task yourself, even the work that only you can do will not happen properly. Delegation does not mean running away from responsibility. It means giving the right work to the right person, so that your energy goes into the decisions and tasks where you are needed the most. If entrepreneurs do not learn delegation, business growth stops. If employees do not learn delegation or collaboration, workload becomes overwhelming. Even at home, if one person alone carries every responsibility, resentment slowly starts increasing. So priorities are not just about personal productivity, they are also about trust and teamwork. When you learn to trust others, your focus becomes stronger. The people you spend time with also affect your priorities. If people around you are always involved in gossip, complaints, and blame, your time is not wasted only by the clock, but also by mindset. A negative environment pulls you away from your important things and puts you into emotional noise. On the other hand, spending time with productive, creative, and organized people makes your thinking structured too. You begin to feel that casually wasting time is not normal. Howard Hughes' story is a powerful example to understand the importance of priorities. Hughes was an American aviator, aerospace engineer, business magnate, film producer, and investor. He was counted among the richest and most influential people of his time. In Hollywood, he produced films, in aviation, he set records, and in the field of aircraft design and flying, he earned a big name. But later in life, he was also known for his eccentric behavior, reclusive lifestyle, worsening OCD, chronic pain, and health struggles. Howard Hughes had a very powerful imagination. He was not just a businessman who earned money, but a person who wanted to turn big ideas into reality. His passion for aviation was so strong that he made important contributions to the world of aircraft speed and design. He was also associated with big projects in the film world. From the outside, his life may have looked like a dream: money, fame, talent, influence, and innovation. But the inside story slowly became complicated. Hughes was a perfectionist. Perfectionism can bring quality in the beginning, but when that same perfectionism freezes decision-making, progress stops. To complete any work, at one point you have to take a decision: now this is enough, now we have to move forward. But if a person gets so stuck in every detail that completion itself does not happen, the work never feels finished. This struggle was visible in Hughes' later years. He found it difficult to let go of control, and slowly isolation increased. OCD and anxiety affected his personal and professional life. Hughes became very concerned about germs, became obsessive about privacy, and gradually moved away from public view. His health was also full of challenges, especially chronic pain after aircraft crashes, which is mentioned in biography sources. All of this affected his decisions and relationships. A once highly visible innovator slowly almost disappeared from public view. This story gives us a sensitive lesson. It would be wrong to call mental health struggles merely weakness. Conditions like OCD, anxiety, and chronic pain are serious. But in the context of Maxwell's lesson on priorities, Hughes' story shows that even with talent and resources, if life's priorities, focus, delegation, and balance break down, a person can move away from his own potential. The real problem is not just having too much work. The problem is what you have control over, and where your focus is being spent. Hughes had difficulty trusting others, and when a person cannot trust, delegation becomes impossible. Then every decision, every detail, and every doubt starts accumulating in his mind. Slowly, even creativity becomes pressure. The same thing can apply to today's small entrepreneur, employee, or student. If you try to do everything yourself, overthink every detail, and in the pursuit of making every work perfect, you do not finish it at all, then your day will remain busy, but progress will be slow. Priorities mean that you learn to say both yes and no in your life. By saying yes to everything, you do not become a good person. Many times you become an unfocused person. Accepting every request, sitting in every meeting, following every trend, grabbing every opportunity, all this sounds active, but many times it weakens your main direction. Behind every strong priority, there are some clear no decisions hidden. If your priority is health, you will have to say no to some unhealthy habits. If your priority is career growth, you will have to say no to some comfort activities. If your priority is family, you will have to say no to some unnecessary work distractions. If your priority is financial stability, you will have to say no to some show-off expenses. Focus always demands sacrifice. A person who does not want to sacrifice anything often cannot achieve anything big. In today's time, setting priorities has become even more difficult because distractions no longer come from outside, they come from your pocket. The phone is with you all the time. Social media is giving comparison all the time. Every creator, every news, every offer, every notification is demanding your attention. Attention has become today's biggest currency. Whoever controls your attention controls your time. And whoever controls your time slowly starts controlling the direction of your life. That is why if you truly want to change your day, the first hour of the morning should be the most careful. If your mind gets filled with random content as soon as you wake up, your priorities can become weak. But if in the morning you look at your top work, set your attitude, and start the most important action of the day, then the tone of your day changes. This is not magic, but it is practical. For a student, priorities mean not just acting like he is studying, but giving the right place to important topics, revision, practice, and rest. For an employee, priorities mean not just trying to look busy, but focusing on work that delivers results. For an entrepreneur, priorities mean not running after every shiny idea, but paying attention to the real needs of customers, cash flow, product, and team. For a family person, priorities mean consciously balancing earning and relationships. A good day is not the one in which you complete a lot of tasks. A good day is the one in which you complete the right tasks. If you complete 20 small tasks, but do not do the one big task that could change your future, the day may look productive, but it will not be meaningful. And if you do fewer tasks, but do the right tasks, the same day can change the direction of your life. That is why, at night, ask yourself one honest question. Where did I spend my time today? Did I give my best hours to my best priorities? Did I only chase urgent things, or did I also make space for important things? Did I say yes to something I should have said no to? Did I waste my energy on people and activities that were not connected to my growth at all? These questions may feel uncomfortable, but these questions create focus. The real message of the third part is this: today's priorities give me focus. Your attitude opens possibilities, but priorities give those possibilities direction. Without priorities, even a positive person can become scattered. But a person with clear priorities can make meaningful progress even in limited time. He does not do every work, but he does the right work. He does not go everywhere, but walks in the right direction. He does not listen to every voice, but recognizes the most important voice of his life. From today, look at your time as the most valuable asset of your life. Ask every hour, are you taking me closer to my goal or away from it? Ask every task, are you important or are you just looking urgent? Ask every relationship, are you creating my energy or eating it? And say to yourself every day, I have not come to stay busy, I have come to make meaningful progress. But after priorities, the next question becomes even more personal. Because even if your attitude is right and your priorities are clear, you still will not be able to move ahead if your body is not supporting you. A tired body, weak energy, and poor health can slow down even the biggest dream. In the next part, we will talk about that daily practice which people often ignore, but which supports all your other priorities, health. And perhaps from there we will understand that success is not made only by the mind but also by the body's energy.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible, but in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.